Hi, Billy D Teacher here. Welcome back to my channel here on YouTube. What do you think about my growing? Growing to possibly a beard or something? As I said last time, I wanted to grow and see how long I can take before the itch just gets to be too much. My mom would have liked me to shave it a week ago or earlier. What do you think? Post any comments you might have about that. Okay? I'm going to deal with several issues on this video. First of all, the Michael Jackson funeral service, concert, or the Michael Jackson funeral circus, as it was. There are some. I could do a whole video. It would take more time than we have on this video to put out different things. But here are some of the things that caught my eye about. Ray Charles said, "As much as we needed Michael here, God must have needed him more." There was bad theology throughout the service, and that was one point. Okay, God doesn't need anyone in heaven. Okay, God uses people here on earth, but if one person can't be used, God will find someone else. Okay, but God doesn't need anyone. We need Him, and He's. Okay. One lady on CNN said her husband and her came from North Carolina. They didn't have tickets, but when they realized Michael Jackson was going to be there, I guess they met his body at Staples Center, they had to be there. So they sold everything in their house. Unbelievable. Then the city of LA was asking people to make donations to pay for the cost of the service, like having police there. I'm sorry, but who should be responsible when there's a funeral? When my dad died, my mom, though she got help from my brother. But it was family who was responsible. That's who should be responsible for paying for the service, not the taxpayers of Los Angeles and California. It should be the family, and the family can't do it. Other people that can help them, including some of those who spoke at the funeral. They could very much help them. Not to judge them, but I'm just saying the taxpayers of Los Angeles should be responsible. Los Angeles and California has enough financial problems now. And also, why didn't they just sell tickets to it? Then why are the media giving so much coverage to this man's death? What about our men and women who have died fighting for this nation? I understand Michael Jackson's family and friends are grieving, and that's appropriate and all that. But people who are grieving who did not even know him, and why does the media have to cover it? The funeral, yes, should be covered. His death should be covered. And if more comes out about him used drugs being the cause of death or whatever, yes, that should be covered. But not going on and on like CNN, NBC has, and some other networks. And then finally, some of the ways some talked at the service, you would have thought Michael Jackson was the Messiah. However, if you read the New Testament, you see the great things that Jesus did, who I believe was the Messiah. And one of the great things was, it's been over a week since the King of Pop died, and his body is still dead. Unlike the one who I believe is the Messiah in the New Testament, who came back after being on the third day. Franken. One other thing about Michael Jackson. Hopefully there won't be anything more for me to talk about, and I won't talk anymore about Michael Jackson unless some new developments come, and whether I'll be talking here on or blogging about it on my blog. Okay. Franken. I never thought I would live to see the day that Franken would be put in national office. I'm sorry for the many good people who live in Minnesota, but I'm very disappointed in the voters of your state. Franken hates America. Yes, can be changed. I've changed things I've done, but so far is unrepentant about that. He hates America. I heard a caller on a radio show the other day say a lot of people have been using Canada or Europe to show us what government health care would be like and how bad it would be if we get socialized medicine. This caller said we can look closer to home, and that is at the VA, the Veterans Administration. How true. If you are like me, you have heard from some how bad the VA is. Well, every American will be going through care like the VA gives now if we get socialized medicine and government-run health care, which is the goal of the present administration and some in Congress. Okay. Pope Benedict called Tuesday for a new world financial order guided by ethics and the search for the common good, denouncing the profit at all cost mentality blamed for bringing about the global financial meltdown. Benedict pressed for reform of the United Nations and international economic and financial institutions to give poorer countries more of a say in international policy. There's an urgent need for a true world political authority that can manage the global economy, guarantee the environment is protected, ensure world peace, and bring about food security for the poor, he said. While acknowledging that the globalized economy has lifted billions of people out of misery, Benedict accused the unbridled growth of recent years of causing causing problems, as well as citing mass migration flows and a complete loss of trust in the world market. This sounds to me like the Pope was more government, like the welfare and food stamps program here in America, and we know how good those programs have been. Generation to generation have been on them. The Pope also seems to ignore the reason we have problems today. It's not because of well-off nations like America, but it is because no matter how rich or how poor we are, all of us have a fallen nature that doesn't need to be reformed, but needs to be redeemed. He wants this world to be like heaven, the Pope does, which is the only perfect place. The Pope needs to stay with the spiritual and religious issues and address them, and not focus on the economy. Thanks for watching this video. Post any comments you may have. Until next time, I'm Billy. I'll see you.